Today I am playing a zero build Boomers Co-Ed Squads tournament. I am with my friends Sacred, Merciful, and Kia. We are uncontested at Sandy Steps, and the tournament format is money per win, so only the wins give us money in this tournament. There is a lot of valuable information I'm going to tell you guys that's not only good for squads, but for duos, trios, and solos zero build. So this game we made a push for the forecast tower, and I made a mistake during this push here. I went for a shockwave out of height, and what I should have done is instantly placed down a bunker instead of going for that shotgun shot. That really put me at a disadvantage in this fight, because if I threw down my bunker first, we would have had height bunker stacking, but I made a very big mistake to start that fight out right there. So I take full blame for that, but Sacred ends up getting away and coming back for our reboot cards. Zone ended up pulling all the way to Brawler's Battleground. And one thing that you will realize about the Medallion POIs is usually they leave the POIs early to W key each other. So we went through Brutal and Redline Rig, and we got a lot of extra loot, and we actually came out of the zone decently stacked for the end game. What we want to do right now is kill as much time as we can, because if you see the zone on the minimap on the top right, it is one of the Mount Olympus statue hill zones. So this elevation change is insane. So you want to try to save your utility for as long as you can, because more than likely you're going to have to use all of it on zones like this.
Woo-wee. Good bunker there, but it might just be instant creep. It's behind the.
So we are in a good spot. We pulled the zone here, and we still want to try to save our utility. So we are trying to see our options for any natural cover we can use without people taking height on us. So we're looking around here for places to sit to hold people coming in from the left dead side wrap. So I see this tree here, but Kia, Sacred, and Merciful end up seeing a good spot, like sitting right behind here. So as you will see, the spot actually picks us up some good elims. I am not worried about taking any fights on this side of the zone, because people all the way up on that hill, they're not going to give up that positioning to drop down on you to clean up your third party. So we have cover if we need it. We have some bubbles, we have some bunkers, but just in general, this spot is very good for looking for a fight because of the circumstances of the zone. Considering we are on the dead side of zone and zone pulls away from here, we end up taking this fight because we want to get these guys out of the lobby to make our rotation easier and to maybe get more loot. So Kia throws EMPs into this bunker and we get aggressive. We can tell they're pretty bad because they are playing very passive, so it is a very good squad wipe for us.
50? You joining? Up there?
On me. Dead. I play body on me.
Yeah.
So we pick up a really easy elimination here. And as you guys can look at this zone, we can go left or we can go right. In my brain, I am thinking about what if that zone keeps pulling up the hill. Going left gives me no option to get up the hill. So even though right side is the longer rotation going into zone, it is actually the better option for future zone pulls if it pulls all the way up. I call him for Merciful to hold his bubble out in case we get fried, but we wrap all the way around this hill until we can bunker in on the edge. It is very important to plan for the future zone pulls. If we would have went left, we would have died any time before top 10 here. So going this way worked out way better for us.
I'm falling. I got it.
I don't have anything.
I'm trying to get up to you guys.
Nitros. You take it?
I'm coming. I'm in.
Behind you.
And we get bunkered in on edge here on dead side of zone. as you can see, we pulled the half in, half out zone pretty close to us. So our plan here is to let the zone open up and drop down right where we just came up, because that is still going to be the dead side. It is in the storm, and we already know we have that whole side of the map claimed.
Does anyone need bubbles?
No, I'm good. I have 2 bunkers, 5 cryptos. Does anybody have nitro?
You have a bunker? Yeah, I do.
No.
We need a bunker to kind of go anywhere from here.
Yeah, we can bunker on yellow.
Wait, behind us.
What happens here is a team ends up coming up, so I make the calm for us to throw the bubble, because what we're going to do is bubble fizz and then go in whenever the storm opens up a little bit. So we kill some time, and zone's starting to open, and as you can see, it is a perfect rotation.
There's a kid under there. No, get in.
Wait, I can
So now we have this loot claimed, and we are holding our dead side of zone. Pinch spray from the other side, because we want to kill as many people as we can on our side of the zone, and we also could use more loot for the game-winning condition. So we make a push for this loot to claim it all, and it ended up being very worth it for us, as well as picking up some more kill points.
Do we have any more cover?
I have one more bunker, so we're gonna wait.
I don't have. Don't have nothing.
We play bubbles for now, like if we get
I don't have.
Right here, something unfortunate kind of happens to me. I end up getting shockwaved out, so that kind of does mess us up a little bit, but I get a bunker in the zone for us here. I put it halfway on the hill because, like I said, terrain is your biggest enemy. So we go on the side of the hill here in case that zone pulls back up. We can hit a crash pad, but we end up kind of having to drop here. And I asked Kia, like, should we drop to you? Like, does she have loot for us down here? And she did, so we all dropped, and I don't regret it because I think it was the better play. It could have pulled back down, so
I have.
told them to play solo because we need to get all the way up this hill, and I have no whites. I knew I was dead, so I told them to get up that hill. That is their main focus, getting up that hill, because I did not make it, unfortunately.
I'm dead.
Kia and Merciful end up making it up, but Kia got jumped on by a trio. Merciful's left as a solo in a 1v3, but we got second place, unfortunately. But hey, I can't be too mad about a second place. That was still a very good game, and I think there was a lot of stuff in there that you guys could definitely learn from. And I hope I helped you in some way. Dropping a sub would be the best way you guys could support me, turning on the noties. Drop a comment down below if you learned anything new from this video. And I appreciate you guys, love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.